simplifying with negative exponents. Let's say you've got this problem. Let me do a bunch of them up here because this is stuff that people generally get pretty confused about. I don't understand why. Okay. First things first, if you're asked to simplify that, what would you do? I got a couple pages there. Lucas Espanol.
Correct common.
Well, there's no addition subtraction sign, so this isn't combining like terms. But you can multiply together the same letters together. And how do I do that? In other words, how do I multiply this x times this x? What do we do? Remember? Lauren Denberg? Negatory. Wait here, what if I have this? If I have x to the third times x to the second power, what does that equal? Jackson? X to the fifth power. So what did you do there? You added their exponents together. Same thing here. The first thing you're going to do is find the like letters and add their exponents together. What is x to the negative 3? What is negative 3 plus 1? That's your first step. We're going to have to change it later, but for right now, that's where we're at. And then what is y squared times y to the negative 1? What is 2 minus 1? 1. You don't have to put that there. This is your answer, but it's not in an acceptable form because of this right here. But it's a real easy fix. How do I fix a negative exponent? We just talked about it. I'm going to, Nicholas? Right, it's on, you keep the y on top, y stays on top, and you just move the x to the negative 2 to the bottom, and it becomes an x to the positive 2. And this is acceptable, because you have positive exponents. Same thing as this, but this is not acceptable. I can tell you're mesmerized by that, so we shall do another one. Welcome to the world of upper level mathematics, children. How about this one? 6x to the negative 2, y to the third, z to the negative 1 over 2x y. Much to the...
Wait, is that x a multiplying sign?
Nope, those are all letters. There's no multiplication signs there, they're just right next to each other. 6x to the negative 2, y to the third, z to the negative 1 over 2xy. I'll entertain any notions or motions of people who might have suggestions on how we might go about solving this problem. John, I haven't heard much from you today. What would you do first? Which we did, yes. Let's pretend we've already got to that step. Secondly, we would
make the negative positive.
well, sure. Well, tell me how I'm going to do that then. There's more than one way to do this problem, by the way. So the only negative I have are what?
The 6x to the negative.
Well, the 6 isn't.
Well, I mean the x.
So I'm going to do what with this? X to the negative 2.
Fraction.
Well, I'm just going to take it to the bottom. And it's going to become x to the positive 2, right? So it's gone up here. And then what am I going to do with the z? It's going to become z to the positive 1 power there. Okay, so now I just move stuff around and now it looks like this. Still not simplified though.
And then you cross cancel the y. Oil.
Well, I think you're on the right track. What do I get?
And then you get x to the second.
Wait, are we x's or y's?
Or y, sorry.
Okay, John said this, I got 3 y's on top and 1 y on bottom, so I can, yes, indeed, take this 1 y crosses off with one of those 3, so I'm left with a y squared on top. I'm good with that. Somebody else? Lucas?
You have to find out what 6y2 is.
I don't have to find out what 6, I have no idea because it doesn't tell me what y is, so I don't know. I'm just trying to simplify what I got. Jackson says,
How many times 2 doesn't it say?
there you go, you can do the number part. How many times is that? Perfect. So I can simplify my numbers. 6 divided by 2, or 6 divided by 2 is 3. Let me rewrite what's left now. I have 3y squared on top, right? Over x, x2, z1. We are so close I can almost smell it. What is left that can be simplified? Emma Christ.
The 2 x's,
Can be simplified to what?
x to the third.
Very good. Okay. I end up with an x to the third on because x times x squared is x to the third. The z stays on the bottom. I don't have to put a 1 next to it because it's assumed y. And then I have a 3y squared over there. This is simplified because all the exponents are positive and there's only one of each letter left there, and the numbers are simplified as much as they can do. Not easy, not fun, but it certainly is exciting at times. I want to find another one that looks like this, I think, because people unfortunately get messed up on this all the time. One more, maybe? Unfortunately, I don't see a lot of problems like that. Now you say that's good, I say that's bad because you'll forget how to do this. Okay, here we go. I'm going to give you a second to try this one on your own. Somehow. Unfortunately, it doesn't have negative exponents there. X to the third, y to the third, z over x, y to the third, z to the third, yes. I'll give you a second, see if you can simplify that. Interesting enough. See if you can simplify that. You got answers anywhere out there somewhere? Corinne Schellhammer says,
X squared over z squared.
x squared over z squared. Is anybody jumping on the Corinne Schellhammer bandwagon? Well, it looks as if most of you are. I believe that would be correct. Again, first of all, you could look at the y's and say they're identical, so they cross off. You have 3 x's on top, 1 x crosses off with that to give you an x squared. You have 3 z's on 1 z up top, so that crosses off. No negative numbers there, I guess that didn't really. I don't see any other ones where they have negative numbers.
Wait, example number 5.
What's that?
Example number 5.
Oh, example number 5. You want to do example number 5? Don't look at the answer to example number 5. Here you go, try this one. 2x negative 1 y x squared y negative 2z. If you were asked to simplify that, what would you get? I see a lot of jumping.
Wait, over what?
Over nothing. Over 1 if you like, if that helps. If you want to make a fraction, you can put this over 1 if you like. What's that? Helps Lucas.
less confusing.
But it's not hard, is it?
It's just. Alright, harder than I don't know how to do it, yes.
Can you add or subtract?
Yes.
You do know how to do it. Help to put a 1 next to these, you can put 1s up there if you like. Remember when you're multiplying things together, you just add their exponents together. So if there's another x up here, I add -1 and a 2, which gives me what? -1 plus 2 is just a 1, or you don't have to put that up there. Add a 1 and a -2 is a -1. Are there any other z's? Nope, just a z. And there's a 2 there. Is that it? Nope, because I got a negative exponent there, I need to make that positive. What happens to it? It just simply goes to the bottom. So the y has to go to the bottom. The other ones are positive, they can stay on top. That would be the answer. That's best. All right, enough idle chit chat.